All right, good to have you back. Today we're going to take a look at a classic, great little 16 measure tune called Summertime. Now, this tune is really neat for a whole bunch of different reasons, and I think that if we dig in, they're going to become apparent. Uh, First of all, I'm sure that all of you know this scale right here, being the minor pentatonic. All right. It's the minor pentatonic, not to be confused with the blues scale. I've heard a lot of people refer to this scale as the blues scale. It is not the blues scale. It's a minor pentatonic scale, meaning it's a 5-note scale. All right. Now, if I play this melody, Summertime, I think you'll be able to tell pretty quickly that it sounds like it could be in the same scale, right? With the exception of one note, that ninth. All right, good. So we'll come back to that shortly. The primary reason I want to do this tune today is because it's a great tune to learn by ear. Not only is it a hip tune, a fun tune to learn, but what I want you to do is to be able to internalize this melody. Everyone seems to know how this melody sounds, how it goes. And so what I want you to do is take it out of your head in the key of, in this case, A minor, and put it down on your fretboard with a scale that a scale form that you're really familiar with, right? Namely the A minor pentatonic scale. Okay, let's just do a brief review of the chords in this tune. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the chords because, as I said, this is a melodic exercise. But the chords that I would use is like A minor 7. B flat 7, there's a short form like this. Now, when you see a bracket like this around a chord, it means it's a suggestion. You don't have to even use that chord, right? So just use it if you want. It's sort of a cool. It's like it's a tritone substitution, and it falls right back down. Right. It's just a semitone up from the A minor, and it's a 7 chord falling back down again. And then we have the A minor again, and then bracketed E7 if you want to make it a little bit more interesting in that section there. Back. And then we have the bracketed A7. The A7 is a secondary dominant, called the secondary dominant, that's leading to the D minor. So in other words, it's put there to lead to the D minor. Okay, and then the F7 is another bracket. I won't get into an explanation of that here, right? And then we have a little 2/5 to the E7, and then we're back. So 2/5 meaning it's a 2 chord in the key of E and a 5 chord in the key of E. So we're this B7 would be a secondary dominant. Again, this is not a breakdown, a complete breakdown of this tune harmonically. Okay, and the E7 now leads to the A minor again. And then that B flat 7, and then the D7, and setting up the relative major. So those are the chords. The use, if you want to use the brackets, use the brackets, and if you want to maybe lay down a track that you can play the melody along with, I think that would be a great idea. Also, it says here B minor 7 to an E7. If you're really keen, I would suggest a B minor 7 flat 5, right? So it's like, and then an E7 with a flat 9 or a raised 9. Right, that flat 5 actually is a more appropriate chord for that position. So the B minor 7 flat 5 to the E7, returning to the A minor is a 2-5-1. This is also a 2-5-1, but moving to the 5 chord. Okay, enough of the harmony. What I want to do is get to the melody here. So as you can hear, right, you can hear that it's clearly in the pentatonic scale, starting on the 5th degree of the it's starting on the 5. Let's put it that way. On the E. So E, C, E. All in that pocket of the same scale. And then the only change, the only move away from pentatonic is this 9th. And then we're back to the pentatonic. Very, just step at a time. So when I say step at a time, it just works its way through. It's very linear. Yeah. Okay. So that's summertime. The melody of summertime. There are lots of melodies that you can learn in the same sort of way, where they clearly fall right underneath your fingers in a specific scale form. In this case, the pentatonic scale. There are lots more examples of this that I will deal with. But again, the main thing here is that you can do this by ear, right? You're not getting locked into necessarily reading it or learning it by patterns, but you can do it by ear. You can pull it out of your head and put it down on the fretboard. Super important. Also, in terms of the harmonic structure of this tune, the chord progression. Look for the 1 chord, which is the A minor, the 4 chord, which is the D minor, and the 5 chord in this case, which is the E7, right? The related 2 chord to the E7 would be the B minor. And so always look for the 1, the 4, and the 5. Here we have a 1, 6, 4, 5 chord progression here. Well, no, not well. Sorry. Let me rephrase that. We have a 1, 6, 2, and then going to the, if we're going to look at this as being in the key of C, sort of related to the key of C, and then a 5 chord leading back to the A minor. In other words, it's a little journey into the relative major key of A minor. All right. So a little bit of harmony talk, and you should be able to, at the best you can, analyze not only the harmony but the melody. The melody we know is a pentatonic melody. It only escapes the pentatonic one time with that ninth in the key. So that's it. That's all I'd like to say about summertime. It's just to give you a start on a tune like this, in case you may not have done a tune like this before, and it's just a good solid learning experience. I've used it quite a bit in my own teaching for players that start to get locked into just playing scales, and they're not playing melodies enough, right? So that's not you, though. You're going to do melodies, and the more melodies you learn, the more musical you get. And that's it for today. Thanks for stopping in. Please subscribe if this is of any value to you at all. Return for more. We'd love to see you, and like if you did. And also comments are really helpful as well. So that's summertime in the key of A minor, mainly in the minor pentatonic scale, and a basic 1-4-5 chord progression with a few other things around there, and it does make a little excursion to its relative major. Okay, thanks again. See you soon.